From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicky Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Captain's Log Supplemental.
Once you start racing, you'll start to know that the more information your driver can have, the better. One of the things that we found is that the Sentinel system allows you to be able to not only get your driver the information that they need, but also be able to share the information with the pit and anybody who's got internet availability. You can integrate your AIM data. You can integrate the driver tag, as in who is the driver in the car. You can also integrate in your standings and who is ahead or behind of you into the dash, as well as be able to see flag statuses in case there's a yellow flag or a red flag or a black flag. Hopefully none of those, but they do happen. This was developed by a fellow racer, former guest, James Candelaria, and he is seeing a lot of people using it in the SCCA, WRL, AER, and we are doing demos at our paddocks whenever we are at the track. It could be at a race or it could be at an HBD. If you're interested and want to come in and see how it is, we can give you a demo. And if you find that it's something that would be helpful to your racing, please use our discount code, which will save you 10% on anything that you buy. And it is creatively GHIT, GHIT, for Garage Heroes in Training. So hopefully you will find that the Sentinel system is as useful for your racing as we have found it for ours.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. You're ready to move up.
Dominating with Dawson.
Ben Dawson, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Here. So this one's a lubricated answer. That's fine.
That's right.
So we wanted some opinion. This is not going to be technical whatsoever. We wanted some opinion. We've heard. Oh
my God! Thank you.
Opinion on the internet. I know it's hard to imagine.
I've got opinions, so let's do it.
What are your thoughts?
Pinions. He's got pinions.
He's got pinions. That's right. Is his pinion angle proper, though? We'll find out. What is your thoughts related to if bought not built is just as acceptable as built not bought?
What's my opinion about bought not built versus built not bought?
Yep.
If I had all the money in the world, I'd have a garage full of factory race cars, and I'd be at the racetrack all the time, and I'd never work on a damn thing. I mean, I don't like working on cars. I don't have a dog in that fight. I mean, I take a lot of pride. I've taken a lot of pride in cars I've worked on and built and helped build. And it's cool, but it's all a means to an end. I'm just building it because I can't afford to pay somebody else to do it. This Specky 46, I'm never going to build sitting in my garage. I would love to be able to send that thing off to the shop and let somebody build it for me. But yeah, so I'm definitely, I don't care. I mean, I'm always just envious of the people who can show up with a bunch of bought stuff. That's my only opinion is I envy the bought people.
Yeah. Miss Vicky, what's your thoughts?
I think when you mean built, not bought, you mean like we built it?
Yeah. Well, building your own versus
you're not cool. You're not cool unless you do all your own racing. If you didn't build it by yourself, you're not a full enthusiast.
Well, you know what? I really think it depends on where you are in your learning on cars.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how much free time you have. So, I mean, definitely having one built's going to cost you a chunk, but I mean, if you can build it yourself. It just, I would go for like a halfer, honestly.
Yeah.
For me, I would already get one that's already built and then expand on it.
That's what I do with the
Is what
Honda,
I
right?
would do. Yeah. That I mean, that
Yeah.
Turned into more
that's what I would
built
do.
than bought, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The internet thing is are enthusiasts who are trying to use the fact that they built all their own stuff, they did all their own engineering, they did all the wrenching, they keep it all maintained as a way to one up an enthusiast who maybe just showed up with a bunch of stuff they bought, and have somebody that kind of maintains their car and brings it to the track for them. So those are the kind of two extremes of the thought. But then again, I'm sure the person who's showing up with their stuff bought is not thinking that they're on the extreme, but usually it's these kind of I don't even have a name for them. These kind of like automotive edgelords who are just like, if you didn't do every single shred of that labor, you're not as much of a true gearhead or racer as I am.
Oh,
so that's kind of the controversy.
That's just ego talking.
Yeah, there's so much
that
bad car culture. I think it's part of bad car culture, is my opinion. Yeah, that sort of thought. But, sorry, go ahead.
No, what are you using it for? And that's what it matters right there.
Right. I care about the competition. I don't care about anything else at that point.
Yeah.
only thing matters to me is when the green is out.
So do you guys want the correct answer, or do you want me to get on my soapbox? Which way do you want me to go?
Why don't you...
You just riff with it, big dog.
Just go.
Well.
You just do it.
Okay, so one of the things that I don't like, and there's very few things I don't like about racing, is some people
gatekeeping. Is it gatekeeping?
Look to divide, right? Gatekeeping, same thing.
Yeah.
Why, we joke around a lot about, Mustangs and Miatas and Corvettes, and, you just pick some and the Porsche turn and everything, but it's always in a joking manner. But a lot of people take this really serious and get carried away with, oh, you don't know what's the chassis code for this Nissan product, and they look to, we really want this to be welcoming to everybody. We really don't want to put up these artificial barriers, or you need to be able to answer these Jeopardy questions in order to be a real race car guy or girl.
Right. I think that's people who are looking to belittle and then exclude. They want to belittle and exclude you. And that's, to me, that's a personality type that exists in any kind of realm of enthusiasm, right? There are people who are going to be like, I've been listening to the band before they were cool. There's always some version of that, like, you don't belong here. And it's plenty rampant in the motorsports community as much as anywhere else, but probably in some cases more, because we all showed up because at some level we're competitive people. So we're always trying to rank. We're trying to rank everybody on the track. We're trying to rank where everybody fits at the dinner table. We're trying to rank where everybody fits in the pits. And I don't like it. And it's something that I have definitely shut down before in person when I've been at the track. I've seen it in the form of, an instructor talking about their student's car and talking crap about, like, oh man, can you believe they showed up with us? I'm like, don't say that. This is a mountaintop experience for them to come get to drive their car at the track, for example. And the last thing I would want to do would be to belittle them. Much less, or even way worse, would be them hearing that I did that. Like them hearing third hands that their instructor was talking crap about them. I would never come back. Like, even if I ever got a whiff of not being accepted or trying to be excluded at the track, I'm such a like a shrinking violet, like socially. I probably would just be like, oh, okay, I'm never coming back. But I mean, luckily I got out there and got to maintain my perceived invisibility long enough till I realized I was fairly good at it. Then I was like, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. But yeah, I mean, that could be so alienating, especially I keep thinking of early and people who are early in their DE career, but it could be the same at racing. But the kind of thing you're talking about is like, you can't quote this chassis code. You don't know what Richard Petty was driving in 1964. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, this is all the crap you use to validate and justify why you're allowed to be here. But
it's very high school.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, kids are so mean to each other. And a lot of us just keep on being that same kid the rest of our lives. I'm trying not to be. I hope I'm not. But yeah, it's rough. But I mean, I've definitely called it out when I've seen it too. Like, hey, come on, man, they're never going to come back if you do like that.
Fortunately, there's not a ton of it. How about that?
Right. There's not, but one of the great.
But there shouldn't be any.
Right, there shouldn't be any. But one of the things that's been so kind of affirming for me, I got on Twitter and sort of found a cool car world on Twitter, and it's some of the. There's a thing called Out Motorsports. That's an LGBTQ focused group that does track events. And I've never been at the track where I felt like anybody who might be LGBTQ was being marginalized, but that also might have been just because they were like, I'm not coming to that. So they may not have been there just because it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? So I love seeing things that are built to be inclusive and built to bring more people to the track, because ultimately, I selfishly want the best competition out there on the track. I don't care who they are, how they got there, but if you can drive the shit out of a race car, I want to be out there next to you. And the ladder that gets you to the competition, you know, all of the stuff that feeds to somebody being next to me on track, wheel to wheel, and having fun. That's the main thing I care about. Yes, I care about inclusivity, and I want everybody to be to be perceived to be within the margins and accepted. Yes, I do, but I also just want the best racers to show up. And that you want the entire population represented. Mm-hmm. There's skill everywhere. There's skill everywhere. Yeah. I want to see it and be next to it. So I don't know. Yes, I'm also just a selfish guy for the best competition I can get to. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
But you also, it's not just that though. You want to share it too because you enjoy it and you see the fun, and you know it's not just, you know. So
it's extremely life affirming, right?
Exactly. I mean, you'd even like it if we were at the track, because we're not going to be competition for you, but you know, we're entertaining to watch. How did they break it this time?
Yeah, that kind of build not ball sort of just leading into the whole gatekeeper idea. It just irks me. I hate it. You're keeping the good people away, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's we had one instance so far with the podcast where somebody wrote in saying they're not going to listen to our podcast anymore because Vicky didn't know what the Nürburgring was, and I'm like,
Jesus Christ!
Here's me caring.
And I'm sorry she didn't play Gran Turismo when she was 14, and you know.
Wow. Let me alienate 3 more listeners by saying I don't care if I ever get to drive the Nürburgring. That place doesn't look fun. I want Spa. Let me go to Spa for the rest of my life and live next door and drive there every day. That's the place I want to drive.
So here's my issue with that answer, Ben.
Uh-oh.
Why be or when it can be and?
So it sounds like what I'm hearing you say, Bill, is that you and I have a European adventure that you planned for me, fully luxurious, involving many racetracks, and I can't wait to go.
I'm thinking, you know, we can put that on the list after we win the lottery. I actually played it once this week. It was kind of fun.
All right, cool.
I think I got 2 numbers. Anyway, I don't think that's going to pay for our trip, Ben, but
probably not. You
know, it'd be fun. We could do it with Ross. Ross has a trip where he does the Nürburgring and a Spa on one trip.
Really? I didn't even know that. That sounds really fun.
They're only a couple hours away from each other.
Yeah, right.
So man. That'd be a nice day. Miss Vicky, you're gonna come?
Sure.
All right, very well. Miss Jen, you coming? Oh yeah, hell yeah! I'll do it again.
Where's that energy?
I'm on that like a hobo on a ham sandwich.
That's right.
I can't believe you said that, Jen. Dang, Jen, that's rough.
Jennifer.
No, I know. I can't believe that, but you know, that's what happens when she doesn't come. We start making up fake Jen.
You know, I got
fake Jen.
Alan contacted me directly to tell me how much he enjoyed my impression of him. Did he tell you he did that?
No, he didn't.
And then he just started talking. Then he did that. And he's like, "That was great. You were dead on." And then he just started BSing about cars like immediately. I was like, cool.
So
I'm glad you're not mad.
So somewhat favorite. It's hard to say what the favorite Alan story is, but the yellow Honda, when we picked it up, it was mid-COVID, and it was out in, I think it was out near St. Louis. So it's
really
nowhere close. So Alan, I think, was just like looking to get out. He's like, I'll go get it. So he drives the 3 hours from his house to our house, picks up the trailer and goes out. And let's say it's 14 hours, something like that. So he drives 14 hours out there. He's talking with the people and gets the car, drives it back. The entire time, it turns out, he's talking to everybody in racing. He calls up the 3-pedal mafia crew. He calls me like 3 or 4 times a day. He calls Vicky. I'm like sitting there going, who aren't you talking to? It was like he was calling the entire Lemons paddock the entire trip. I don't think he hung up the phone once.
So you said he pretty much did like a 28-hour phone tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
He was bored. Yeah. He had things to say.
That's so funny. That's so funny because just today I was thinking about like there's always a couple of phone calls I could make in the car on the way to get my kids that day.
We call them go-tos. They're called go-to calls.
Well, right, but there's always a couple I could make But to me, I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody in the car. That's my time where nobody's around, nobody's talking to me. I'm going to listen to podcasts, and I'm like, it's sacrilege to expect me to get on the phone and do any business in the car. And it's so funny that Alan's like, yeah, let me call everybody. That's the last thing I want to do is I'm not calling any damn body. That's solo time. That's the time where there's nobody yammering at me at work. There's nobody bugging me at the house. I don't have to change any diapers.
You're in a whole different phase of your life, though.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Must be. Jesus.
So, story time with Alan, ending
There we go.
dominating with Dawson.
Awesome.
Expect another call from Alan now, Ben.
Yeah, no kid. Don't give me my phone number, please.
555.
Do you want to answer this Facebook Messenger call? I don't know. Is he bad?
Oh,
We
man.
love Alan.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I gotta meet all you. I have to meet all you people in person one day. Sooner or later, it's gonna happen.
It'd be nice. I was gonna say we haven't met any of us yet, but that's okay.
I mean, how many episodes have I done with y'all and still have not met you in person? This is wild.
It's
I think
gotta
we're
be.
going like 2 years.
It's at least.
Are
At
y'all,
least
are y'all racing- are y'all coming to AER? Are you coming to AER?
we're trying.
in my
It's on,
region?
it's on the maybe list.
Oh man, that may be the time you get to actually ever meet me.
Yeah, I'm lobbying that even if we don't bring a car, we should just go. So,
Well, bring
Just-
a car, y'all.
just-
Bring the Honda.
well, we got a car for AER. I just got to get it there.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got CMP Lucky Dog on the calendar. If I put something on the family calendar early enough, it's official. It's happening. I mean, I don't have a ride or anything, but I put the race on the calendar. I put the races on the calendar way before I know what I'm possibly ever going to be able to drive.
So if you need to meet Dominating with Dawson in person, the next two chances you'll have are the Lucky Dog CMP event and the AER at VIR.
Yeah, it's so hard to say AER at VIR.
It
I
is.
really work at it.
is.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It
It's
is.
a mouthful.
It is.
Several mouthfuls.
It is. All right, Mr. Dawson, thank you very much.
Hey, let's race. See you out there. Bring whatever you can afford or whatever you paid for and have your valet drive from your trailer, whatever. Let's race.
Exactly.
Valid. You're valid. You're valid. If it works just for you, it's a valid. If it's the guy at the restaurant, that's a valet, right?
Works for me.
I'm pretty sure I got that right. Yeah. I don't have one anyway, but still.
It's
We
okay.
can all aspire to having a valet, a footman.
The valet.
Yeah.
We'll look for you in the next Kingsman movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I think it's valid to want a valet.
I think so. All right. I think dad jokes are over for this episode of Dominating with Dawson.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks for having me.